Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's session. My name is Fred, and I'm honored to be your host. Tonight's session is proudly brought to you by Greenworld Kenya in conjunction with the Greenworld International Business School. And to start us off, I would like to ask you a simple question. Are you tired of living from paycheck to paycheck? And are you ready to take control of your finances? So if your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Tonight's session is titled Beginner's Guide to Financial Freedom. This is a practical and empowering guide designed to especially help those who would like to be financially stable to make those crucial first steps to financial independence. And we are honored this evening to be joined by our trainer, our international trainer, Madame Doreen Wilfred, a seasoned networker and an African region trainer. She is going to use her wealth of experience to take us through this insightful and action-oriented session. So I hope that you have prepared yourself well. You have your notebook, you're sitting comfortably, ready to learn. Jot down the notes, the things that you will find useful. And hopefully this will be the start of a new new look, you and a new beginning to your life. So without further ado, let me take this opportunity to welcome Madam Doreen to take us through. Madam Doreen, the floor is yours. Please take us through what you prepared for us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, Greenworld. It's indeed a very good evening to be meeting all of you here. I'm very grateful after a very long time, yet we meet again. So tonight, as Fred has said, we're going to have a very engaging session. And tonight we are talking about the beginner's guide to financial freedom. Financial freedom often comes off as a word or a term that makes people think about their dreams, think about, and if it often comes when either you're about to celebrate your new birthday or you're about to celebrate the new year and you want to set these new resolutions and new goals. And every time everyone says, I want a bright future, a prosperous future, I want financial freedom. But really, tonight we are going to get very raw in discussing exactly what does that entail. We are going to look at the realities as is today. We are also going to be able to look at the dreams that you have. And with all that now, I'm going to be able to offer you or to help you explore a business opportunity that is going to help you to change your life. I want to give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Miss Doreen Kenya, and I am a professional accountant and a professional business entrepreneur. I'm also a business trainer and a mentor. And I have been in Greenworld for quite some time. And before joining Greenworld, I have been practicing accounts, being an accountant in a mid-level company here in Kenya. And I can tell you, I quit that employment and started Greenworld. And ever since then, my life has really changed. My life has been different. And because of that, I want to share this opportunity. I want to share this business with you. I want to help you look at it from a very simplified angle so that you're going to be able to walk out of this meeting tonight a very changed person, someone with perspective, someone who can be able to actually articulate what you want for your life, someone who understands the timelines that you have in your life, someone who knows exactly where to put their investment. And actually, by the end of this, you're going to be able to put your money where your mouth is. So let us get started. And we look at what I have prepared for you tonight. One, we are going to go into the realities of today, the struggles. I want you to place yourself somewhere tonight. Where is your beginning point? That is where you start. And then after that, we're going to look at your dreams. We're going to look at your success. Because let me tell you something, you're not going to be able to succeed at anything unless you actually have a clear blueprint. And that clear blueprint entails your dream. It entails what you want for yourself. You have to envision it first. So if you don't have a dream yet, don't worry about that. Tonight, we're going to be able to help you actually have the opportunity and have the chance to dream. And we want you to go out there and dream so big, because at the end of it all, we are going to give you a formula. We're going to give you a system that is going to help you put your dreams in line and actually make you achieve that success that you want for yourself. We are going to give you clear guidelines. We're going to give you clear timelines for you to achieve this kind of success, because it has happened. It has happened for us. It has happened for so many people. And now it's about to happen for you. And I'm actually very, very excited for you right now. So let us get started. And we look at the financial realities. Boy, oh boy, when we look at this, everyone can relate. Things are tough. The rate of inflation today is very, very high. Inflation all over the world. Inflation is at double digits in most of the economies. Here in Kenya, I don't even need to mention. Everyone is complaining. I mean, the riots and the protests on the streets every now and then will tell you why. They will tell you we are out there because of the rising cost of living. So I don't even need to go into that. Look at the education cost for parents who have children in school. The cost is high. The wages are not going up. Every Labor Day, when the employees hope to get salary increment, that increment is not coming through. But what is coming through? Increase in healthcare, increase in education, increase in, taxation, and all this. Everything is going up except your money. Look at the tax burden and the debt burden. I'm not even talking about our country, but I'm talking at every household. Look at yourself. Are you really at a point where you're having to use debt to finance your bills, your utility bills? For you to pay for your electricity bill, you have to go on Fuliza. For you to pay for your airtime bills, you have to go on what do we call it? The Okwa Jahazi. For you to be able to pay your rent, you have to go on, M-Shwari and all the other debts, Tala, Bridge. I cannot even mention all of them, but I think you get the point. So the Shylocks, the banks, the loans, they're on your neck. And for those even with children in school, the burden is being felt really, really tough. Look at the healthcare and the insurance. For some strange reason, there's so much of the lifestyle disease is happening right now that every now and then you're being added into a WhatsApp group. Sometimes it's not even one, it's not two. It's either a funeral planning group, it's either, a medical expenses group. Someone is being airlifted to India and other places to seek healthcare. That is the reality that we're having today. And I am telling you, it gets to a point you don't even know now, who am I going to help? Who am I? Who in all these groups am I going? Nitachangia nani? So the cost of long-term care for aging family members is also very high. At some point, you're having to support an aged family member. And statistic the other day was saying that at least every household has that one person who has to be dependent on everyone in the family. We look at economic uncertainties. businesses are really closing down. That one is happening. The other day I saw online in Burma, Nairobi, the market in Burma, stalls, so many stalls are closed because there's no business. I was looking at Mudura, stalls are closing, there's no business. You walk around your estate, you realize there's a lot of closed businesses and there's a lot of shops to let. You look at employment, people are being laid off left, right, and center. The other day, a very popular company was laying off 1,000 staff. Just last week, a very popular bank was laying off over 1,000 employees. And you can imagine, there is no job security, and consequently, there is no job. Actually, a while ago, while I was inviting someone to this meeting, they told me she was working for an NGO, and she told me that they have been laid off. They have actually been told that the donors will no longer be sending the funds in Kenya, because you know what is happening in the US. So there are no more donor funds coming. So even the jobs that used to look very lucrative and seem to have a lot of job security, they're no longer there. Such is the reality that is happening to people. And when we look deeper into the lives that we tend to live, that is pushing us into deplorable living conditions. I mean, look at that. Now, if you are living in the ground floor or the first floor in that building, and you have to wash your or do your laundry, and maybe the one who is right above you does their laundry after you, then it means you have to go back to do the laundry again. Such is the condition that most people today are living. The rent and land rates are very high. To get a decent housing is becoming very expensive. So people are pushed into living into studios, into living into neighborhoods that are not even very safe because of financial realities. I mean, when we look at savings, statistics the other day was saying that a normal, an average person is not able to have any savings at the end of the year. Therefore, when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to birthdays, you cannot enjoy the kind of celebration or the kind of party that you'd want. You cannot travel, you cannot go to a park, you cannot take a holiday vacation. Why? Because you have no savings, you have no retirement plan. So you have to work even in your old age. You have to keep working to support yourself. There is insufficient emergency funds. And I think that is why we are seeing even the healthcare bills coming up. A lot of harambe is happening, and that kind of scenario. When we look at transportation, people are having to endure very risky means of transport because you cannot afford to fuel a car to drive around. You cannot even afford a car to start with. And you cannot even afford a simple ride from one location to the next, from one destination to another. So you have to carpool, and you can see on the picture on your screen, those are 5 people carpooling a motorcycle. And that is very, very dangerous because even how they are dressed without the gears that can help them, that is putting them into a lot of danger. And we look also at another reality, and this is the mental and emotional strain that all this is having on families, on couples, on children, on the young generation, and on everyone. I mean, the suicide rate nowadays is very high. And mental instability, emotional stress, anxiety, insecurity, all these things are happening. And it is no longer becoming taboo to hear that so-and-so has committed suicide. It's almost as if it's anticipatable that people are going to commit suicide. Why? Because of the amount of financial stress that people are enduring. A great amount of the anxiety of the mental disorders today are as a result of financial insecurity and a lot of debt. And this is pulling a lot of strain on families, on relationships. It's making families to break up. It's making people to commit heinous crimes. You have heard about all that in the news. And I believe if you're here tonight and you're struggling financially, you're here because you want to change that. You're here because you want better for yourself. And while we have talked about all these realities, I'll not fail to mention that this might not be the same reality for a certain type of people. While it is a reality for a majority of people in the economy, it is not really a reality for everyone. Because for some people today, while we are enjoying all this, for some people, they're living a very good life. They are driving the best cars, they are traveling the world, they are going to holiday destinations, they are having, enjoying buying the best brands, fashion, and all that. And they do not feel the kind of pinch that everyone else is feeling. And the thing is, this is true because if you look around town, if you look around wherever you may be, you still find that there are skyscrapers that are still being built. You find that there are new cars and very big German machines that people are driving on the road every day. You find that there are stores that, for example, sell these lifestyle brands. They're still open and functional. The other day, the iPhone released a new model of phone, and it was cramming. The lines were big for people who are going to buy. So this reality that I have talked about is not for everyone, because for some people, they have it all. They're having a good life. And I think while this is a very small number of people in the economy, I think we all want to transition to that. That is why we want a prosperous life. That is why we want a good future. That is why we want good dreams. So I want to really look at why just a few people are making it while the rest of the population is not making it. I want you to understand, first of all, why you're where you are and why there's someone else who is having it good. And this is why we have four different kinds of people in every economy. We have number one, the people who have no jobs, that is the jobless. And what they have is time. They have all the time in the world because where have they got to go? Nowhere. However, they have no ability to travel the world or to live a luxurious life. They have no money. Then we have the 9 to 5 people. These are people who are actually on unemployment. You are employed somewhere, you're salaried. So you wake up early in the morning. And once you wake up early in the morning, you prepare yourself, you go to work. So when you go to work, you look at this on the left side of your screen, there's something called the rat race. And this is very common for people who are, on the job and people who are self-employed. Because people on the job, they don't have time. They are ever busy. You call them, you want to meet with them, to share an opportunity with them. They're going to tell you, I'm busy, I don't have the time, I'll not make it. And because they also don't have time, that time does not belong to them. Their time belongs to their employer. I'm going to enlighten you further on that. They also don't have time to live a luxurious life. They don't have time to travel. They don't have time to, own a luxurious life. However, because they're on salary, they're making money. So yeah, they have some money. And now there are others who will say, you know what? I want to, I don't want the pressure of being on employment anymore. So you go and set up your small employment or small job or small business. It could be a salon, it could be a hotel, a restaurant, a law firm, whatever it may be. But if you are the cashier, you are the cleaner, you are the accountant, you are everything. If that business of yours cannot work without you present, then I'm sorry, you're just self-employed. What you don't have is you don't have time because that business ties up all your time. However, because you're your own boss, you can live the kind of life you want. You can travel if you want to. You can enjoy a good time. And of course, if the business is doing well, you have some money. However, before I talk about the business owners, I want to look at these three people. These are the people that I say are living a life called the rat race. They exist in a quagmire, in a rat race. And they have to wake up in the morning, go to work, or report to your business, to your employment. Then you go there, you earn some money. You actually trade your time to get that money. That is why we have said someone on the job, someone who is self-employed, they don't have time. So they have to trade that time to get money. Once you're paid, you go and pay for your bills and you pay the debts. until you have nothing left. And then because you have no money, you start the cycle again. You have to go to work. So you have to live on that cycle. Mr. Fred began by telling us if you're living paycheck to paycheck. And this is what it means when you're living paycheck to paycheck. So these are people who have to work for money, for you to dress well, for you to have that hairstyle, for you to get a good manicure, pedicure, for you to pay for your fees, for your children's education, for your medical bills. You have to put in the work. You have to work for money. But then we have these people being the majority in the economy. And these are the people who have gone through the kinds of financial realities that we have just talked about. These are the people who are feeling the pinch of the debt burden, the people who are feeling the pinch of lack of employment and businesses closing down, the people who are feeling the pinch of, inflation and so on and so forth. And then we have a different kind of people, the people who are actually bringing up the skyscrapers while everyone else is struggling. And these are the big business owners. And these people have all the time in the world because they are your boss. They are the person that has employed you in that business that you're having. And this is the person that will get your time. Actually, you have to pay your time to this person. So they have more than enough time. And let me tell you, for a business owner, while your day has 24 hours, for a business owner, they could even have a day with 100 hours. Yes, they actually defy science. They can have a day with 200 hours. They can have a day with 1,000 hours even, because how do you explain if someone has employed 5 people who work for that person 8 hours a day? So 8 hours times the 5 people, that is 40 hours. So this person has 64 hours a day. So how can you expect to be on the same level with someone who has more hours, more time in a day than you are? That is very interesting. These people, they live the life they want. They're the kind of people who will wake up in the morning, take breakfast in Nairobi, have lunch in Mombasa, and maybe dinner in South Africa or Maldives or Bali or wherever it may be. They have time to travel the world. They have time to have a luxurious life. And these are people who are very loaded financially. They are people who have money. And for these people, money works for them. For these people, the business owners, money works for them. They're the kind of people who will don a watch that is worth 3 million shillings because they can afford it and because it's a good thing. They're the kind of people who will wear a shoe, a pair of shoes that is worth 5 million because they can afford it. And it doesn't matter the kind of inflation rate that is there in the economy, because they have mastered the secret. Because the secret to success is a system. Let us look at that. I'm going to teach you something that schools will never teach you. Tonight, you're here to learn very different things that you never knew of in your life, because this is the kind of things that schools will never teach you. One, maybe you may think that I have goals, I have dreams, I want to make it. So what do you do? You decide, you know what? To be successful, to live that kind of a life that I want to go on and become employed. So you go into employment. And for you to make it into employment, you need a job connection. There are no jobs that come for free here today in this kind of life that we live today. So you need to have a godfather in that company for that person to, get you there. Or if you don't have a connection, then you have to pay connection fee. That means when there's recruitment, you've had, for example, when there's army or police or wherever recruitment, people have to go and pay some very huge amount of money to get that job. And sometimes you see someone is paying as much as 200,000 to get a job. And this job, when they get it, they're going to get a salary that is about 20,000. Yes, they pay to actually belong in the rat race. And of course, to make it in that employment, you need a high level of education. And with all this, there is no security. There is no guarantee that you will stay in that job. And actually, the salary is very, very much limited, because let me tell you something tonight. There is no employer who is going to employ you enough for you to get rich. There is no employer who is going to employ you enough for you to live a luxurious life. You will never, mark my words, you will never live a luxurious life on a salary. That can never happen. Now, you have to work as your boss's instructions. And of course, your salary is scheduled. The increment is also scheduled, but not guaranteed. And maybe someone will know, someone will just say, you know what? I don't want to be on someone's employment no more. I want to go and be my own boss. So you go and you have to start a business. And there are two kinds of business. One, there's a traditional business model where you have to go set up a business somewhere and then buy stock and then sell, make profit or make loss. And at the end of the day, you have a business. So for you to make it there, first you have overhead costs. You have to have the licenses, the permits, the equipment. All this means that you need a high capital for you to set up and to go, for setup and for operations. For you to be up and running, you require a high amount of capital. Your income is unlimited, but it is exposed to a lot of uncertainties. I'll give you a very good example. Just the other day, when we had the demonstrations in town, you saw someone's shop get broken into, and that person had a business. But there was very high risk because out of nowhere, the shop is broken into and it is vandalized and everything is stolen and broken. Where does that put that person? Yes, you may be your own boss, yes. You make the decisions, but remember, you are open to very high risks. And then, of course, your profit margins vary. They are not actually guaranteed. They're not certain. So you may have profit this month, you may have losses next month, who knows? But then we've talked about the kind of people who are living a good life. And the people that I've told you are making it because they have a system in place. Because I've told you the secret to success is a system. And these people are the people who are in what we call the network marketing system. They have employed and used this business because let me tell you, if you want to succeed for a day, that's fine. If you want to succeed for 10 years, maybe go and plant trees. You're going to be successful. In 10 years, you can sell the trees. If you want to succeed for life, plant people. That is the secret. And if you are in this kind of a business model, for example, you joined the Greenworld business. Greenworld is a network marketing business. I'm going to tell you about it. What you need is very small setup fee, very small minimum start kit, very small capital to get you started. The kind of capital that gets everyone else on board. You can afford this. The risk is actually risk-free. The risk is very minimal because you don't have, you will not actually be losing anything. What can you risk? All right. Unlimited and permanent income. Yes, you're limited. Your income is not limited. When you join a business like the Greenwald business, we will not tell you now we will be paying you 30,000 every month. No, we actually give you an open check and we tell you, you know what? Put the amount that you're worth right there and you're going to get paid. So your income is unlimited. And yes, it is permanent. It is guaranteed because you're working in a model that has put a system in place. And this system is making you make money. Whether you want it or not, come rain, come shine, economies up and down, it does not matter. You're going to make money because this income is permanent. Then, of course, you have highly flexible. You can work from anywhere. You can work free time. You can work spare time. You can work full time. You can work part time, whatever you want, anywhere, anytime. You can do this business. And there's no boss. You're the boss of you. And of course, you get to earn what we call active income, residual income, passive income opportunities. And I want to give a small example before I dive into the Greenwald business. I want you to understand really what this network marketing is. If you look at every sector where people are making it against and defying gravity, what are those people doing? I'll give you two examples. One, we look at maybe a politician. A politician, of course, is having money. But before they get to that lucrative position, what do they have to do? They have to bring people. They have to look for votes. So they have to have people to create networks of people everywhere. If you look at, for example, a well-doing church, a pastor, What does that pastor tell you every Sunday? Bring 3 friends next Sunday. Why? Because they need to have the people, all right? Then let us look at those who are doing it online. Someone who is, of course, they are good talent in creating some very good content, and they go and partner with a company like Safaricom, and they come up with Skizatune, and Safaricom tells them for every person who subscribes to your Skizatune, you get 60%. You're going to get 20%, and the government will keep 20%. So this system that this person has used, the system is already put in place. What happens? You go, you hear this Skizatune, you subscribe, and you're deducted maybe a shilling every day. And that is not too much for you. A shilling is not even, there's nothing, you can't even feel it. But can you imagine this person? You're the one who is advertising for this person, because once your friend calls you and they hear that good content, they also want to subscribe. So they go ahead and they subscribe. So for every 1 shilling that you're making, that you're paying every day, this person is getting 60 cents. And let me tell you, that is a lot of money, because if this person has 100,000 people subscribed in their Skizatune content, what do you think they make every day? You can see it with your calculator, and I know you're going to get the answer. So that is why, if you want to make it, it's very simple. You have to have people with you. Why do you want to have people with you? Because you want more hours, all right? You want to leverage yourself and your time. You want to leverage that and that of other people for you to make money. So let us look at your dreams now, because we are now approaching success. We are transitioning from all that struggle. We want now to ease you in. We want you to go into success. And I want you to succeed, because you have to be among the 1%. You have to be among those people who are really making it. Why? You've joined us tonight. You've heard the secret, and you're coming out of this at the top. Okay? So you need to have one thing, a dream. You're not gonna succeed if you do not have a dream. And just having a dream is not just fantasizing. Si tu story ya jaba, si peke yake kukua na this building castles in the air. No, it is not that. It is actually having a blueprint of what you want. You may be here tonight because you want to travel the world. Maybe you heard about this opportunity and you want, to enjoy our very good products. Maybe you're here because you want to make the money. You're here for a reason. But you have to sit down and define that reason. If your reason is to travel the world, then what do you need to travel the world, all right? If your reason is to drive the best cars in the world, which car is this that you want to drive? You can't just say, I want to buy a car. I want to own a car. In 1 year's time, I want a car. But which car is this that you want? You have to put yourself in that position so that you can be able to achieve it. So that every time you wake up in the morning, your mind is focused and set. You know what you want. At the end of the day, you know how far you've gone, and you know what is left. You know what you need to do. And if you don't have any dreams, don't worry. You've come to the right place, because that is what we actually help you to do. We help you to dream. We help you to build that kind of life that you want, the prosperous life that you wish for every new year. We actually help you to narrow down to what you want. And what you can see on your screen right there, those are Greenworld distributors. You can see how happy they are. The smiles on their faces. These are people who are actually enjoying a very good time for free in China. And you can see holiday homes right there. If you want a home, just sit down with your dream book and write it down, because this is going to be the blueprint for your success. This is how you narrow it down to your success, because in Greenworld, the goal is to retire at 40 with cash flowing assets, and not at 65 with a pension. So what is Greenworld really? Greenworld is your next investment plan. Greenworld is where you're going to put your money. Greenworld is where you're going to put your dreams. Is where you're going to start on a journey to actually be among the 1%. among the people who are having it good amidst the chaos, amidst the financial crisis, this is where you're going to succeed. Greenworld started in 1994. We have a legacy of about 30 years. And in 1994, Greenworld has been able to conquer the world. In those 30 years, we boast of experience, we boast of authenticity, and we boast of a business like no other. And this is the solid team led by our very able Deming Lee, the founder and the president of Greenworld Group. We have Mr. David Zhang, the guru behind the business in Greenworld. We have Mr. Yang Chen, who is the Eurasia region president. We also have Mr. Lee, who is also the American region president. And these four people, these leaders, this team, they are the people who envisioned a business like no other that has actually been changing the lives of people all over the world. Now, what does Greenworld really do? Greenworld is a company that actually manufactures healthcare products. We have more than 300 product series in the market in the world. In Kenya alone, we have over 70 products in the market. And our products range in the following series. We have products in the healthcare and nutrition series. We have the blueberry range of products. We have the detox tea series. We have the personal care series, that is the soap, the toothpaste, and so on and so forth. We have the household series, and of course, we have our signature organic fertilizer products. And these products, what I can say about them is that they literally sell themselves. No, really, I'm not kidding. There's no product in Greenworld here that you need convincing. There's no product in Greenworld here that you need to speak twice about it. And if you don't believe me, look at the evidence all over the internet. Now, Greenworld, apart from having this kind of beautiful, wonderful products, we want to analyze the market that Greenworld is in. Of course, for you to make money, you have to look at the industry that you're operating in. Is the industry that you're in the industry that is making money? Of course, yes. The next $1 trillion industry is the health and wellness industry and the organic farming industry, because it is deemed to be growing at a very high rate. And actually, it's predicted to reach over $6 trillion by 2030. So I am telling you, this is where the money is. And until the day that they can be able to bring a cure for immortality, then you're in the best industry. Now, our company practices what we call the direct selling business or the network marketing business. And what that means is that when you come to Greenworld, all of our products, you register or you become a distributor of Greenworld products, you don't have to go through the supply chain where we have the advertiser, the distributor, the wholesaler, the retailer, the consumer, and all that. You don't need to go through all that, because that can never help anyone. That's just going to push the prices of the commodity so high. So what do? We allow you to actually buy directly from the seller, from the manufacturer. So once you become a distributor for Greenworld, you buy at company prices. You buy at the price that is right there in China, where we are manufacturing these products. And then maybe because you've bought at the distributor price and you're the one that is going to advertise this product, you're going to use the product, have a story to tell. When you tell that story, yes, you make money. So you sell it to a consumer, and it is that simple. Now, the market, I'm not done analyzing the market for you, because the Greenworld market is very big. In every place you can see a flag on your screen, it means we have a Greenworld presence in it. We have over 50 branches worldwide. And let me tell you, we are a global organization. And this means that because we are living in digital times, we are living in the AI times, you can actually do business from every corner of the world. You don't have to be limited to your town. You don't have to be limited to your home area. You can sit online, go online, sell a product to someone who is in Ghana, to someone who is in Nigeria, someone who is in, USA, to someone who is in South Africa from the comfort of your living room. You don't need to, send that package all the way. You don't need to do that. As long as there's a Greenworld branch in that country, then you're eligible to do business. Your client will go there and you're going to make money. We have made it that simple. Now, we have a competitive edge. We are astounding because starting a Greenworld business means you have to have some minimal startup costs. And then, of course, the income potential for Greenworld is unlimited. I am telling you, if I start mentioning, you're gonna, you leave your mouth wide open. Then we have a great tax advantage. I'll whisper that, a great tax advantage. Don't worry, you're coming here to make money, so you don't have to worry about the taxes. Go pay your taxes to the government. And then, of course, we have unlimited travel opportunities. Just yesterday, I was seeing in our Greenworld group, Greenworld management is now asking us to be involved in where we want to travel. Can you imagine that? If we want to go to Italy, if we want to go to the US, we want to go to Israel, we want to go to on cruise ships, wherever we want to go, we just put on a vote. It is that amazing. I'm telling you, you want to jump into this opportunity. And it is so simple because last year alone for the China trip, we had over 140 people from Kenya alone going to China. This year, just last month, in May, we're in June, just last month on 10th of May, we had 70 people from Kenya going for a free trip to Dubai. So I am telling you, you're coming to the right place. The ability to choose the people you work with, here you have actually the unlimited ability to choose whomever you want to do business with. You get to do business with that person. And then, of course, the opportunity to become successful while you're empowering other people. Another thing about us that makes us really, really outstanding is how we have incorporated technology in our day-to-day business. We have our amazing tech. We have the apps. We have, of course, what is happening tonight, the Zoom meeting. So you're learning about this business while you're seated comfortably in your home and you're not even paying for it. So we have embraced technology. We have free training sessions. You can go online, you can do business online, and you can actually track your business on your phone through our business app. And then, of course, it's simple. I'll highlight the investment. You don't need any special skills or experience to start this business. You just need to use the Greenworld products and share your products, share the story, share the business with your friends, with your neighbors, and just that. That is all you need to do. Then, of course, you're your own boss. You can work at your own space. You can work it part-time or whatever you want. And your growth is unlimited. No one is going to tell you, you are Kenyan, you can't do business in Uganda. You can't do business in South Africa. You're in Nairobi, you can't do business in Mombasa. Actually, there are no territorial restrictions. Do business wherever you want to. Then, of course, you will begin to make enormous money, enormous profits from the very beginning, from the day that you just start. So now let us highlight what you need to get started. And of course, before we do that, let us look at how you're going to make money. Well, in other businesses, say employment, or maybe even in other businesses that you do out there, you only earn in one way. You sell, make a profit. That is how you earn. That is how you make money. Or you work, you get a salary. Unless maybe you're having side hustles here and there that also have to go through the same, formula. If you're having a side hustle, perhaps even in the side hustle, you have to sell, make money, make profit. That's how you make money. But in Greenworld, really, one single business that you start with very small capital is going to make you money in 6 different ways. Number one, you're going to make money through retail sales profit. You make 20%. Buy the product, sell it to someone else, you make 20% profit. Then talk to someone, tell them about the business, they come in the business, they also start the business because caring is sharing. I mean, in Greenworld, we say we care, we share. So if you've started the business and it's something good, why don't you go and tell it to someone else? And when you do that, you're actually going to get paid for that. So you get sponsoring bonus, a whole 41%. And now for anything that you will buy in Greenworld, anything that you buy in Greenworld, it does not matter if you go to make the profit or if you go to use it for your own personal consumption, you will actually be paid every month. You will be paid. And this is what we call the direct bonus. We don't pay salaries in Greenworld, we pay bonuses. Why bonus? Because it's an extra, it's an addition. So you get a direct bonus that goes all the way from 40%, from 5% all the way to 45%. Imagine someone paying you back 45% of the amount of money that you spent buying something from them. And then, of course, even for your friends, the people you introduce in the business, whatever they buy, you will also be paid for that. Why? Because you say this is a business of, talking, networking, sharing, caring and sharing. You showed this person to come into the business. Don't be afraid of competition. We actually encourage competition. It's very healthy because for every rising ship or any rising tide, when you go in the ocean and there's a tide that is coming, it raises all ship. If there is any ship that is in that ocean, maybe there are 10 of them, and there's a tide that is coming, it is going to raise all of them. So we are not afraid of competition here in Greenworld. We actually encourage you to have the competition, create the competition, but get paid for your competition. Then, of course, you will also be encouraged to become a leader in this business. And when you are a leader, you're going to be recognized and you're going to earn a leadership bonus. We also have a global bonus, that is the honorary bonus, that is paid. Now, this is where I told you about the residual income, the kind of money that you make, whether you want it or not. So it is paid as a percentage of the sales in your continent. So for being in Africa, if you achieve this level, you're going to get paid. And then, of course, we have the special awards. We have the Fast Growth Awards. These are awards that are actually set in order for you to achieve your goals, in order for you to achieve your dreams. And to get to that point of success, Greenworld has defined a system that is rewarding you. It keeps clapping for you every now and then, because when we track your success through these small goals, then you're going to achieve the bigger goal eventually. And these awards include international tours, they include business cars, luxury cars, house, villa funds, and so on and so forth. A total payout of about 61.95%. I am telling you, as a distributor in Greenworld, you're king or queen. Now, let us look at what you need. One, you need to join the business. You also need to use the products. And then you need to share, recommend the products and the business to everyone. Keep talking, talk. Remember, we said it's network. Network means people. Whatever you do, you have to actually make it contagious to another person. If you use the Greenworld soap, for your normal routine, skincare routine, make sure everyone else in your household, in your family, your neighbors and friends are doing the same. If you're using the Greenworld toothpaste, make sure everyone else is using the Greenworld toothpaste as well. So share, recommend the products, recommend even the business. Once you keep doing that, also remember to attend training. Every night, every day, every time there's even a gathering, the physical training coming to your town or wherever it may be, go and learn. Because let me tell you, when you learn, you have the knowledge, then you're going to be a superstar in what you do. Let us get started. Now, take a deep breath, take a sip of water, because this is where now your life begins. One, you only need 1,000 shillings and 500, just 1,500 shillings. I told you, this is a business that you have very small capital to get started. So you just pay 1,500. We are going to give you an account. That account has a gold plate card, written international distributor card, and it has your account number. Once you get that account number, that is where your life changes. You will also get a kit, a business kit that contains all the information about the business, the product, the management, the marketing model, the compensation plan, everything is right there in your kit. Now, once you get there, we will call you a one-star consultant because now you have begun the journey. What do you get for becoming a distributor in Greenwell? One, you qualify for a discount of 20%. All the products that you're going to buy from this point, you will buy at a company price, and the company price is 20% less. And you also get benefit number two, you get a retail profit. Every time you share the product with someone, you sell it to another person, you will make 20% profit. So yes, you will be making money. From that level now, we want to propel you so fast to success because we want you to start making money. And this is where Greenwald now gives you your next target. And remember, this target needs to be achieved in less than a month or a month. If you can just start it on day one, then you go ahead and start. But even if you can't start it on day one, then you can also do it cumulatively. And that means you have to purchase products. This level is called the personal effort level. Let me tell you something. No one is going to get you to this level. You have to bring yourself. So that means you have to consume products worth 26,250. You buy toothpaste for yourself, you use it, you love it, you share it with your friend, they want it, you come and buy for them, you come and buy for your colleague at work, you can come and buy for that random person you sat next to in the hotel. And within no time, you have bought products worth 26,250 Kenya shillings. And this is what will happen. You become a 3-star consultant. What happens when you become a 3-star consultant? You unlock the door to making money, my friend. You can start this level actually on day one. You start with a package worth 26,000 if you have the money. Just start from that point. Have your products, use them, get a story to tell, share the products, use the fertilizer, buy it for your parents back at home who are farmers. Use it for your farming venture. Then at the end of the day, you start earning bonuses from Greenwald. Now, anything that you buy from this point as a 3-star consultant must be paid by Greenwald a bonus. And you will be paid 20% back. Whether you bought one item or you bought 20 items, it does not matter. But as long as you are a 3-star consultant, you can expect a paycheck from Greenwald every time you buy. Now, you have invested your 26,000, maybe cumulatively or just as a one-off purchase. How do you get your money back? What is your return on investment? This is how you get your return on investment. We said when you take the products, when you buy the products, you use the products and you share the products. We also said when you become a distributor, you share the business. So you have become a 3-star consultant, you're still sharing products with people out there, you're sharing and using the products at the same time. You also want to go out there and tell other people about Greenwald. And when you talk about Greenwald and someone joins you, they also become a 3-star consultant, you earn 7,014 shillings. Can you imagine? Just bringing one person on board to do what you're doing. What have you really risked there? What have you lost? Yes, so you become a 6-star consultant in Greenwald. This is a business of copy and paste. And this means whatever you do, you have to duplicate it to the people you brought in the business. The 4 people that you started with, if you brought 4 people, you duplicate that to those people. You also make sure that they also bring 4 people in the business so that they can move the next step just like you have moved your next step. When you grow and you're growing with others, you actually feel excited, you feel good because success at this point enjoyable. You're not succeeding alone and you're succeeding. There's something about what we call the hierarchy of needs, the Maslow hierarchy of needs. And he says that every human being desires we feel good when we help others. That is why when you do an act of charity, you feel so good. And for some people, when they even do it, they want to broadcast it. So at this point, if you're looking at the people you brought in the business, they're driving, they're living better lives. Their children are not being sent home for school fees. You feel so good. And you feel some kind of, content and some kind of consultant. And you have brought people in the business. And within 6 months, you achieve the level of a 6-star consultant, then you will actually be able to travel the world for free. Yes, you can actually start, exercising your traveling dreams, because Greenworld will reward you with a free China trip, and you get to qualify to travel to China for free. You go out there, you enjoy a life like no other, and you celebrate, and you don't pay even a dime, you don't pay a single coin for you to achieve or to actually travel. All you need is just bring your passport, get your passport ready. Everything will be paid for, the visa, everything will be paid for by Greenworld. And once that happens, then you can imagine you're now living the life. If you are at level 6, if you are a 6-star consultant, you're actually earning a bonus of a 6-figure digit. That is how serious this business is. And a 6-figure digit means anywhere from 100,000. That is how serious this business is. Become a 6-star in only 6 months from today, starting with your 1,500, buying your products worth 26,250. 6 months from today, you could actually be making 100,000 Kenyan shillings. That is the plain, simple put formula for this business. How true is it? I have told you. Last month, on 10th of May, Greenworld Kenya alone, we're not talking about Uganda, you're not talking about South Africa, only Greenworld Kenya took 70 people. 70 people from Kenya all the way to Dubai, because those are people who have achieved the 6-star consultant. In this year again, in October, we will be taking people to China. Do you see the beauty of being in Greenworld? That is how simple and beautiful it is. Now we go to the next level. We look at the next level. You see, we say the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. It is the same formula with Greenworld. On your screen, you can see our gallery right there. Those are distributors at the Great Wall of China, posing for a photo. We have distributors again at Nanjing, Greenwald Center. We have distributors again at the Great Wall of China. You can also see me at the Great Wall of China right there, yes, because I've actually through this experience. You can see distributors in Paris. You can see distributors in Las Vegas. I am telling you, Greenworld paints the world with our flag. You can travel to all these places. You can see they're all African. So you can imagine Kenyans are right there with them. You can go to Las Vegas. You can go to Paris. Wherever you want to travel, you can travel the world. Those are distributors in Dubai. All right. So the next level is a level we call the 7-star consultant. Tonight, I don't have time to share my story, but I'm going to tell you this. If you achieve the level 7 or the 7-star consultant, Greenworld gives you 12 months to achieve this level. 12 months is a year, right? It's a year. So from today to next year time like now, you come in this business with your 1,500 only, then buy the products worth 26,000 and grow through these ranks. Become a 7-star consultant by this time next year. Greenworld, over and above paying you a very good bonus of a 40% direct bonus, indirect bonus that is coming left, right, and center, leadership bonus, you will be given a check. This is the first growth award. A check worth 1,050,000 Kenya shillings for you to actually buy your car. I told you, while people are struggling financially, there are some others who are buying cars. Last year alone, we awarded more than 40 cars in Greenworld, Kenya. This year, we have broken the record. And we keep awarding. Every month we get the list, car awards, car awards, car awards. So this is not something where only one person gets awarded in every 2 years. No, 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 no. Actually, every month we have more than 5 people getting the car award because you want to come in this business. It is that real. And come and enjoy, drive yourself around, honk around town, point at people with your car key, feel good because you deserve it. Greenworld has awarded more than 4,500 cars in Africa alone, more than 4,500 cars in Africa alone. This is a business like no other. All these cars you see on your screen awarded to people. All right. Then from that level, grow through the rank of an 8-star consultant, graduate to financial freedom. This is the level where you get to sit and eat on a silver platter. This is a level where you're guaranteed financial freedom, where you're making money left, right, and center. And you want to belong to this level. You want to sit and not feel the pinch of inflation. You want to sit and not feel the debt burden. You want to see your children going in the best schools, studying in the group of schools, actually where they have to go for prom for their graduation. You want your children to go to prom for their graduation because you only need 1,500 for them to go there. So with your 1,500, I want you to call the person who invited you to this forum tonight. Ask them where you can deposit that money. Wake up very early tomorrow in the morning and go and get your business started. Go buy your product package worth 26,250. Get your business started. Come and enjoy being in the Diamond Club, the prestigious club. There are other awards in Greenworld that I'll dare not mention right now because I don't have the time, where people are being awarded serious money. 15 million worth of a house is awaiting you. It only depends with the decision that you make after tonight. Be afraid, but do it anyway. You will have that fear that will bring some objection inside of you. It's okay to be afraid, but do it anyway. Nonetheless, do it. Pay the 1,500, get started in the business. Your future objectives, Greenworld will give you exclusive products. All those lifestyle diseases that are killing people, come in Greenworld, save people from that. We will give you expert training resources to get you started in your business, to get you started in your own business. And then, of course, you get to build a business in your own terms. So now is your time to start the business with a proven system and fabulous products and amazing, amazing, amazing people. Earn more money to pay down your debts and have extra cash to spend and save for the future. Of course, with our products, we guarantee you that you'll be looking and feeling younger every day. You'll enhance your life, enhance your beauty, enjoy good health in Greenworld. And with that, I want to tell you, I've used the products. My stories are so many, I cannot say all of them right now. So let me tell you, thank you very much. Come and join us and let us get started to financial freedom. Thank you, Mr. Fred. Let me hand this this forum back to you.
Thank you very much, Madam Doreen. That presentation was, for lack of a better word, I can say it was fire. You have done it justice. You have presented it in a way I can actually see people, in as much as time has gone so much, no one wanted to leave. Everyone wanted to keep listening to you because you have given them the presentation that they really needed to hear to make that decision. I hope that if you are new, if you are listening to us for the first time, you will take this opportunity to do it even if you're afraid. Just like Madame Dorina said, even if you are scared, be scared, but do it anyway. because this could be the turning point in your situation in life. Take this chance with Greenworld. We deliver. We whatever we promise, we deliver. We give you a blank check, write whatever you want to earn, do it, and change your life.